What
Sometimes here we talk about. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm already rolling.
go for it.
Sometimes here we discuss like that the difficulty of staying motivated once you've made a certain amount of money, the amount of money, whatever it is, where like, man, I can just live off interest at this point. I kind of got this thing sewn up, and I think sometimes we marvel at the people who are like 5 million. I was really going for 50 or 50. I was really trying to get that big B in front of my worth. And but for someone like Steve Jobs, I feel like that is taking it to this whole other level where it's like, oh, so you're telling me I've got 20 months to live? I bet I could get a few projects out in 20 months. Really, if I get on the team, we could probably get the next device out, and we could get a new operating system. Maybe we can really get. And I don't relate to
Yeah,
that.
that's foreign to me. I'd be like, see you later, everyone. I'm going to die on a beach somewhere.
Yeah,
Andy,
in that way, I think Apple and a lot of the things that he did toward the end, that's where I'm leading to with this, has to be like a big part of his final legacy. Were there any things that he was prioritizing toward the end that you feel like maybe like he looked at as like sort of putting a bow on his legacy?
His magnum opus. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what was he focused on in the latter days? Was it just business as usual, or was it like, oh, there's this one thing I've been wanting to do, and if I could just get that knocked out?
There was two things I would say. One was the new headquarters, which is insane. I mean, it's the coolest building in America. It's unbelievable, and it's a giant monument to him. The other thing was he has this thing called Apple University. Not that many people know about. Do you guys know what that is?
No, not at all.
So he built Apple University inside of Apple. He hired, I think it was the dean of Yale Business School or something, and he wanted to always have sort of his culture and history and drive and vision really codified and embodied in Apple. And so he started to create classes and curriculums around like how to be an Apple person and how to think like Apple, and executive programs for new people who came in. Like one of the things he said to me when he bought my company, when he, the frequent times that he was annoyed with me and the way I thought, he'd be like, I bought you. I didn't hire you. You don't think like an Apple person. He'd say, you're too complicated. He said, you're a complicated man. And I'd be like, oh, I guess that's not a compliment. He's like, no, you use 10 words when you can use 2 words. You show me, a whole, PowerPoint presentation when you can just show me a picture. He goes through the whole list, right? He's spent his whole life trying to simplify everything. In fact, like the outside of the Marcom office, you can even look it up online. He created this installation that basically is the word simplify, crossed out, simplify, crossed out, simplify. And that was it, right? That's the way he lived. And I didn't think that way. And he wanted to make sure that if you came, that's the way you're going to think and work. So there's a great history. You hear all the stories, you learn all about the business and what sort of Steve wanted to leave as a legacy. And it's a big part of their training.
Didn't he simplify his diet towards the end by only eating fruit? That's a real thing, right? He only ate fruit for a while.
I guess so.
He simplified his wardrobe.
Well, he had a simple wardrobe, and I'm pretty sure he was like a fruitarian. I remember that at the time where it was like he just ate fruit. And even at the time, I'm like, God, how is he working? Like, is he working from the bathroom? Just shitting constantly. Well, I had a bushel of apples and 3 bananas for dinner last night. Like that sounds awful.
I think simplifying your wardrobe might be really good for productivity in the end, though. Like whenever you watch those futuristic shows like Star Trek, even Star Wars, whatever, everybody's wearing the same thing.
Right? That guy with the red beard, Simpsons.
They've all gotten together and they've agreed, this is the look. This is the look for us. This is utilitarian and fashionable. Let's go with this.
That's why he did it. He didn't give a shit. He just didn't want to have to pick out his clothes every day. He picked out a new T-shirt, black shirt, put it on, put the jeans on, put the New Balances on, went to work. Didn't care.
In a way, that dressing down kind of works for you at some stage in your life, right? Like if you're aspiring to be a VP, then dressing like that doesn't really work. But if you're the man on top, now dressing like that's part of your legend.